Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kelly, and for today's video we're going to be doing the mid-year book Freakout tag. And if you guys want to know a little bit of a secret, I'm a little bit annoyed right now because I just filmed this whole entire video, literally just finished, and I said to myself, I'm like, I'm a little bit cold in here, and then my air conditioner was on, so I turned it off, and then I realized my air conditioner was playing the whole time I was recording, and I feel like that's gonna annoy some people, so now we're starting over. There are 15 questions, but I'm only answering 14 of them because one of the questions was like your favorite review that you've given so far this year. If I give like a review on Goodreads, I'll just write out like a sentence. I don't really give out very like thorough book reviews, so I skipped that question. But I'm going to be answering the rest of them, and let's just get into it. I do have my fan on. I don't know if that's going to be a problem. Alright, my fan wasn't that loud, but I just turned it off because I'm not filming this again. This is the last time, so however this video turns out is the way that it's getting uploaded. So the first question is, best book you've read so far in 2023. I have 3 books to show you because of course I can't just pick one, it's impossible. So first we have Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. I read this book in the beginning of the year, and I'm not even kidding you guys, I think about this book on a daily basis. So in this book you're following Dean and Cora, and they don't get along. Dean is actually engaged to Cora's sister. I forget her name. Mandy. I think her name is Mandy. But yeah, so Dean and Cora do not get along. They would like always play pranks on each other when they were younger. But one night, Cora ends up getting stuck at this bar because someone ends up stealing her wallet. So she's calling all these people in her contacts. Nobody's picking up, and the last person is Dean, so she calls him, he comes to pick her up, and they end up getting kidnapped. So the first half, pretty much you're following their, like, how they get through that, how they get out. It is very dark, so check your trigger warnings. But in the second half of this book, you just follow their healing journey, and this book was just so beautiful. I definitely think that everyone should read it. The writing of this book was absolutely beautiful, and I kind of want to reread this soon because I loved it so much. Dean and Cora have my whole heart. They go through so much. They're like one of the strongest book characters that I've ever read about. Then I feel like this is going to be on everybody's list. Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Can we take a look at the dragons? Look how beautiful. But basically you're following Violet, and she goes to like this war college, and her whole life she has trained to be a scribe. And then one day when you're getting closer, like picking who you want to be, there's like dragon riders, there's scribes, there's healers. I forget if there's any more. I can't think of them right now. But her mom tells her, you're not being a scribe, you're going to be a rider. So she's like, what the heck do I do? Like, I've been training for being a scribe. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. So you're basically just following her, going through all these different, like, trials. And this book was just so action-packed. I really loved it. The ending, like, the last sentence of this book had me, like with my jaw, I don't know, I was, like, shook. And I have a video of me recording the ending because my friend told me to. So I did that. And I absolutely cannot wait for the second book. It comes out in October or November, I believe. And then this book is a recent read, The Serpent and the Wings of Night. So you're basically following Oriah, and she is a human. She's living in this vampire world because she ends up getting taken in by the vampire king. His name is Vincent. And so there ends up being this thing called the Kahari, I think it's called, or Kajari. Kajari sounds right. But yeah, there's this thing, it's just a bunch of these like tournaments where you're like fighting with people or like things like that. And whoever is the last person to survive gets this wish from this girl. I forget her name. She's like a higher person, but yeah, she grants anybody a wish that they want. So Araya's like, I'm going into this, I want to get a wish, because you figure out more of this stuff as you read it. I don't want to say too much, but I absolutely loved this book. I loved Araya so much, and the love interest Rain was just chef's kiss. I loved him. Ignore my parents if you hear them. Like I said, I filmed this video already and I'm not doing it again. But I really loved this book. And I'm excited to read the next book. I'll talk more about this in my June reading wrap up. I want to get that up after this, even though it is the 5th of July today. So hopefully I can get this up by tomorrow, and then in a couple days we'll post my June reading wrap up. But yeah, I talk more about this book in that video. And I also read the novella that comes after this, so I'm excited to read more about Araya and Rain in the 3rd book, which is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. The next question is best sequel you've read so far in 2023. The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. I think about this book so often because the ending left on such a big cliffhanger. And after I finished it, I'm like, I really have to wait till almost the end of the year to read this book, like seriously. But it was so good. I loved it, and I cannot wait to see how they wrap up the characters in this book. I don't want to say too much because it is the 2nd book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. So, I really loved it though. Next question, number 3, is new release you haven't read yet but want to. So I have The Right Move by Liz Tomford. I read the first book a couple months ago, which was Mile High. So in this book you're following Ryan, which is, oh, what's her name? I forget the female character in the first book. But Ryan is her brother from the first book. And then Indy is her best friend. And Ryan he plays for the NBA. And Indy is a flight attendant. And I'm pretty sure she ends up moving in with him because she needs a place to live. I don't know, but I'm really excited about this book. I've heard amazing things. And yeah, I definitely want to read this soon. Next question is most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I have so many. So there's Iron Flame, which comes after Fourth Wing. And then, of course, A Curse for True Love, which comes after The Ballad of Never After. And then there's Things We Left Behind, which is the 3rd book in the Knock 'Em Out series, which follows Lucian and Sloane. And we got crumbs of them in Things We Never Got Over and Things We Hide from the Light. So I'm really excited to read their book. I already know it's going to be my favorite. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, Lauren Asher comes out with a new book. I forget the name of it. But I'm really excited to read that as well. There's probably more that I can't think of right now, but those are like the ones that are like in my brain. Next question is biggest disappointment. I have 2. So the first one is Normal People by Sally Rooney, and I really thought I was gonna love this, but I did not like either character in this book, and I feel like if you don't like the characters, you're not gonna like the book. And there was just so much miscommunication. I get that's the point of the book, but I didn't like it. And the ending, I just feel like was also a major letdown. I don't know. I really thought I was gonna like this and just fell flat for me. And then the other disappointment I have is The Legacy. This is like the epilogue from like all the other characters, so you have like all 4 couples in this book, and I feel like this book was just made for like a cash grab. I feel like, I don't know, like I wanted just like fluffy like happiness from the couples, and I just feel like there were so many unnecessary fights in this book. I just didn't feel like, I don't know, I feel like if that was what we were getting, we shouldn't have gotten this. I feel like it should have just ended at the goal. Yeah, I don't know, just so many fights that we didn't need. We didn't need it. The next question is biggest surprise. I'm gonna say The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. My cat is scratching at my door. So yeah, my biggest surprise is definitely The Inheritance Games. I didn't think I was gonna love this trilogy as much as I did. I really enjoyed the story. Basically, you're following Avery, and she ends up getting this inheritance from this man that she has never met before. So you're basically trying to find out like why he gave her all this money and all this stuff. And I really loved all of these books. I feel like my favorite was probably the second one, The Hawthorne Legacy. I really liked it. I'm not really into like mystery books. Like I like thrillers, but I don't know. Something about this book I just didn't think I was gonna end up loving it, and I did. Jameson has my heart. There is a love triangle in this book, but I love Jameson so much. I liked Grayson too, but Jameson is my favorite. Next question is new favorite author, debut, or new to you. I'm gonna say Elsie Silver. I love her book. So this is the Chestnut Springs series. The only books that I have so far is Flawless and Heartless. There's also Powerless and Reckless, which just came out in June. I need to buy those covers really soon because she got picked up by, I don't know what publishing company she got picked up by, but these covers are going away and I want to get the other ones. So yeah, but this put me in my cowboy romance era. Her writing is just amazing, and I love how she has like little text messages in the beginning of her chapters, and her writing is just amazing, and the banter with all the characters, the found family. I love these books so far. I'm excited to read the other two in the series, and they're all interconnected standalones. Like they all follow different couples, and I love it. Next is newest fictional crush. So I have two. First we have Julian, which is in the Daisy Hates books. You get his point of view. I love Julian. I loved him in the first Daisy Hates book, but in this book I just grew to love him so much more. And also Christian. I love Christian too. So I'm gonna say I have three new favorite like fictional crushes. So yeah, Julian and Christian, I love them so much. And then this one's a pretty obvious one, Lauren Hale. I know I started these books last year, but my love for Lauren Hale has just grown so much more by reading on in the series, and he could do no wrong. Please read these books. I love him. Yeah. The next question is newest favorite character. So I have two. Lily Calloway from the Addicted series. I love her. She's so strong, and I feel like if she was real, she's real to me. We would definitely be best friends. Something about her, I love her so much. She is definitely, I feel like, my favorite character of all time. I don't feel like anybody could top her ever. Then we also have Oriah, which is from Serpent in the Wings of Night. I would show you the book again, but it's under this pile and I don't feel like taking it out. But yeah, she is such a badass, and I'm so excited to read more about her story in the next book. Love her. She's a baddie. She's a queen. A book that made you cry. This book made me sob my eyes out. A Thousand Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. This is a YA book, but the ending just had me bawling. Like I could not even see what I was reading. I was crying so much, and you could definitely tell this is a YA romance. I feel like I cry over a lot of books, but if I had to pick a book that made me cry the most, it would definitely be this book. Even thinking about this book makes me want to cry again. Even though the ending was a little bit far-fetched, I still sobbed. I feel like I was crying the whole time I was reading this book. It was just so sad, and I loved it, and I will never read it again because it's just too sad, but I really did enjoy it. Next question is a book that made you happy. I'm gonna have to go with Not So Me Cute by Megan Quinn. This book had me kicking my feet, giggling. It made me so happy. The banter in this book was top tier. It was just so good, and it's a rom-com. It was really good. The spice was also top tier as well. And reading this book just made me really happy. I loved it. I feel like I'm saying that for like every single book, but I really did enjoy it a lot. The next question is favorite book to movie adaptation. I'm gonna go with Daisy Jones and the Six. Obviously, I read this book, I feel like in the beginning of the year I read this. I don't know what month it was. But the ending of this book had me sobbing my eyes out. It was beautiful. Taylor Jenkins Reid, her writing is just beautiful. Like all of her books that I read, her writing is so good. I want to read like all of her books because I love her. I feel like she's like one of my favorite all-time authors, like auto-buy authors as well. I'll buy anything that she comes out with. But when I watched the show, when it got to like the last couple of episodes, I know how the book ends was how the show was gonna end, and I still, tell me how I still was sobbing my eyes out. Like at one point I felt like I couldn't breathe because I was just hysterically crying, and I'm like, Kelly, you knew how this was gonna end, but it still hit me. I feel like it hit me harder a little bit, even though I was sobbing when I finished this book. It definitely hit me a little bit harder though watching the show. And I want to reread and rewatch the show a million times over. Let me move this stack so it doesn't get in the way. Hold on. Sorry if this video is just weird. Like I said, I filmed this already, so I'm just tired. I want to just get this rolling, get this video moving so we can get this up as soon as possible. The next question is most beautiful book I've bought so far this year. I have two. I was going to include, I ordered the special edition book of ACOTAR, and it's been delayed since Sunday on Amazon. It just, all it says is like delayed. So I was going to show you guys that book, but I haven't gotten it yet. But we also have Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. Look how beautiful the strawberries, and just the design on this book is everything. It's so pretty. And then also in this book, you guys, hold on, let me show you. There is like drawings in all of her books. I only have the first one, and I'm kind of happy about that because she got published by Bloom. So I'm glad I just didn't buy like a couple of her books, because then I would have to rebuy them and it would look weird if I had like her regular ones and then like the Bloom ones, if you know what I mean. But let me see if there's any other ones here. Hold on. But yeah, there's just different like drawings in here. And even on like the chapters, you have like this art. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it from, there we go. You can kind of see it. But this book is beautiful. I love the cover so much. And then I also have Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. Look how pretty this cover is. Stunning. But not only that, I feel like the most beautiful part to me is this. Let me take off the dust jacket. Look. It's a typewriter. Like, are you joking? And then it has like the gold etching. Stop it right now. I love this. So pretty. There's also a Fairy Loot edition that has like little letters on the side, and I really want that, but it's selling for so much money on like eBay and all these other sites, but I really want it really badly. Even though I haven't even read the book yet, but I've heard such amazing things. I think I'm gonna read it in July, maybe, hopefully, because I've heard nothing but good things about this book. I don't think I've seen a negative review yet on this. And then the last question is, what books do I need to read by the end of the year? There's so many, but I feel like at the top of my list, sadly, I want to finish I don't want to finish it, but I feel like it's about to be time soon to finish the Addicted Calloway Sister series, even though I feel like I have been dragging it out. I'm looking for the right word. But yeah, I don't want the series to end, so I've been like procrastinating. That's the word I was looking for. But yeah, I've definitely been procrastinating because I love these characters so much. I wish I could just tell Krista and Becca Ritchie, like, please just continue writing these characters forever, because I would read 100 books told in like Lillian Lowe's point of view, and like Daisy Rice and Connor and Rose, and yeah. But I still have to read the Bad Rep duet, which is Willow and Grayson's book. I think those are their names. It definitely is. I don't know why I feel like that was wrong. Editing Kelly coming to tell you that I got his name wrong. It was Garrison. I knew it was Garrison, but before, when I was talking about the Inheritance Games trilogy, one of the guys in there is named Grayson. So I had Grayson in my brain, so I said Grayson, but I meant Garrison. So please just ignore that. And then Some Kind of Perfect, which is like the 700-page epilogue novel, which I feel like there's gonna be so many tears when I finish the series. but if I don't keep procrastinating it, I want to finish it. And then I also want to read the Throne of Glass series. I think I'm going to start it this month, hopefully. But yeah, I want to read that, and then I want to continue on with the Boys of Tommen series, and I just want to read all of my books. I want to read every single one that's on my shelf that I haven't read yet. But those are like the top books that I want to read by the end of the year. And yeah, those are all of the questions. Hopefully this video is good and I don't have to film it for a third time because I will lose my mind. But yeah, let me know down below your favorite book that you've read so far this year. And yeah, if you want to answer any of the questions down below, you definitely can. Also, let me know what your Goodreads goal is for the year. I have my goal set to 100, and I have already read 53 books, so we're doing good. I'm very curious if you guys have a Goodreads, where you guys are at in your goal and what is your goal for the year. So let me know down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe, become a part of the fam if you haven't already. And that is pretty much it. Sorry if this video was all over the place because, like I said, I filmed this already. And I love you all so much. And I'll see you guys really, really soon in my next video. Bye, guys.